Caught my husband cheating. But not with some stranger. Not even a friend. No, this was worse. Much worse. It was his sister. And that's not even the most shocking part. Because exactly 1 year later, I ended up in bed with his father. Chapter 1. Dinner with Demons. I was 28 when everything I thought I knew about love shattered. 8 years. That's how long I'd given him. 4 years of dating. 4 years of marriage. We weren't perfect, sure, but we were happy, or so I thought. We were even talking about adopting, since I couldn't get pregnant. He'd always say, "We'll be parents no matter what, baby. It's you and me, always." We both worked at the same hospital. Long hours. Emergency shifts. Missed dinners. But that's the thing, we made it work. We carved out space for each other, even if it meant just collapsing together on the couch at midnight with takeout and our scrubs still on. The first Saturday of every month, though, that was sacred. Dinner at his parents' house. His mom, an absolute saint, would make this extravagant 3-course meal. Starters. Mains. Dessert. Every dish more perfect than the last. She always hugged me tight like I was her daughter. But not everyone at the table shared her warmth. His father barely looked at me. He'd grunt a hello, chew his food, and disappear. And then, there was her. His sister. A picture-perfect parasite in designer heels. She didn't work. Or rather, she kept quitting jobs, for in the last 6 months. Always because it was a toxic environment. Meanwhile, she happily drained her parents' bank account, bragging about her latest shopping sprees. Gucci. Prada, Chanel. But what unsettled me most wasn't the spending, or her laziness. It was how close she was to my husband. Too close. He'd kiss me on the cheek, and I'd catch her glaring. I'd reach for his hand across the table, and she'd butt in with some story, physically inserting herself between us, like a wall that refused to move. At first, I told myself I was imagining it. That I was being paranoid. But it kept happening. Over and over. Finally, I told my husband. She's always between us. It feels like she doesn't want me near you. He just laughed. Not cruelly, just dismissively. You're overthinking things, he said. She's just protective. You know how siblings are. But that wasn't how siblings are. And deep down, I knew something was wrong. Chapter TWO. The day my body gave me a warning. It was a Wednesday. I remember that because Wednesdays were always brutal at the hospital. Endless patient charts. Back-to-back surgeries. I was halfway through my shift when my head started spinning. Not metaphorically. Literally. The floor tilted. My ears rang. And then, darkness. When I opened my eyes, Selena, my favorite co-worker, was crouched beside me with a plastic cup of water. She looked worried. "You need to go home," she said. "Seriously. You're pale and burning up." I didn't argue. I felt like my body was trying to shut down on me. Selena offered to drive me home since my husband had the car. He'd told me he was meeting up with some old college friends. "We haven't hung out in ages," he said. "Might be gone a few hours." I told him to have fun. So when I walked into our house and saw his shoes at the door, I froze. It was only 2 p.m. He wasn't supposed to be home. And next to his shoes, a designer jacket. Not mine. Not his. Hers. My skin prickled. I didn't call out. Something in my chest whispered, "Don't." I moved through the house like I was floating. Quiet. Careful. Listening. The living room was empty. But upstairs, there were voices. Low. Murmured. Intimate. I crept up the stairs, every step like thunder in my ears. The bedroom door was slightly open. And what I saw through that tiny crack would haunt me forever.